Next, we have relevant for POD. POD means proof of delivery. What do you mean by relevant for POD? If we check this, system will not allow to create invoice for the customer. Who is the customer? For Vikas Private Limited. So system will not allow to create invoice for this dealer until we receive acknowledgement from the Vikas saying that I have received the product. Now you can raise the invoice. So this is the functionality of relevant for POD. If we check the system will not allow to create invoice for the customer until we receive the acknowledgement for the acknowledge from the customer. The T code to receive the POD is VLPOD. So we have one separate T code for this /O VLPOD. Okay, proof of delivery. So this is the T code where you put the outbound. So 1 minute. I'll just come back. VLPOD. So this is the T code, okay, where you give your OBD number. So we will see this while discussing the business process. For now, just understand the concept and the transaction code. Now, VLPOD is the E code to perform the proof of delivery or the acknowledgement. See, now what happens? You're raising one order from Amazon. You're not paying the money, you're just doing cash on delivery. Why you're doing cash on delivery? Because you're not sure whether the product will reach you or not. Also, when you open the courier, you can see one invoice inside or a billing document. That billing document is called as pro forma invoice. Okay. In case of proof of delivery, at the time of delivery, we create pro forma invoice and it will not generate accounting document. Okay. It is just a dummy invoice that we place inside the courier and we will give it to customer. Now, once the customer receives the product, this information will go to the company. Now the customer will do cash on delivery, the payment. So this is how the process will go. First we will create sales order, we will create delivery, then we will create VLPOD and we will create invoice or we raise the invoice to customer. So this is the functionality of a relevant for POD. So let us assume that the customer has not given any acknowledgement that he has received the product, or he has not given or he has not shown any proof. That time what will happen? So we have something called as POD time frame. Suppose I will mention 5 days here. Okay, now what is the definition of this POD time frame? If we mention number of days here, so I have maintained 5 days. If the customer fails to acknowledge within the number of days, so if the Vikas Private Limited fails to acknowledge within 5 days saying that he has received the product, then system will allow to create invoice for the total delivered quantity without the acknowledgement. Even though the Vikas Private Limited did not knowledge for 5 days, then after 5 days what will happen? System will automatically create invoice even without customer acknowledgement. So this is the impact of POD time frame. Okay, so this is the relevant for POD and this is the POD time frame we have given. Now complete delivery required. Now if we check this, what will happen? Let us assume that Vikas Dealer Private Limited has raised an order of let us say 10,000 quantity. Okay, so we have a sales order of 10,000 quantity. Now company has company has only 9,500 quantities. Now system will not allow to create delivery for 9,500 because I have checked complete delivery required. Now what happens? Only after 500 quantity is available, then only we can create delivery for 1,000 quantity. This is the functionality of complete delivery required. Okay. So here you can see, if we check this field, then system will not allow to create partial deliveries and system will not confirm the partial quantities. So this is the functionality of this field, complete delivery required. Now partial delivery per item, partial delivery per item. This field controls whether to allow partial deliveries or not. Okay. If you press F4, you can see here. We have many options. Blank means what? Partial delivery allowed. Create a delivery with greater than zero quantity. So for zero quantity, system will not allow to create delivery. The delivery quantity should be greater than zero. Create only delivery also with quantity is equal to zero. Only complete delivery allowed. No limit to subsequent deliveries. So we have multiple options here. So based on the customer requirement, we have to mention this. Okay. So partial delivery allowed. Okay. So system will not allow this option. Why? Because we have checked it complete delivery required. That means, see, here we are giving one statement saying that complete delivery required. Here I am telling partial delivery allowed. So both the statement will not match, right? So now I will uncheck this and I will enter. Now system will allow partial deliveries. Now see, now what will happen? Company has only 9,500 quantity. So now we will create two deliveries. So delivery one, what will happen? Here 9,500 quantity. In in second time when we are doing delivery, okay. So second time when I'm doing delivery, I will do for 500 quantities. So your system is allowing partial deliveries. Okay, system is allowing partial deliveries, but how? But to what extent? But to what extent system will to what extent system will allow partial deliveries? Okay. To what extent system will allow partial deliveries up to nine attempts only? Okay, up to nine attempts only. So let us assume that we have a sales order of 1,000 quantity and the company has so a company has for now how much? 100 quantities. Okay. So up to, or let us assume that sales order is 900 quantity. Now company has only 100 quantity. Now what happens in delivery one? They will do 100 quantities. Second time they will do a delivery of 100 quantities. So like this up to nine deliveries. Okay. So within nine deliveries, they have to completely deliver 900 quantities to customer. Okay. Up to delivery nine. Okay. 100 quantities. So now overall what happened from delivery? So from delivery one to delivery nine, they have delivered 900 quantities, which means that they have made an attempt of nine times. So this is the meaning of maximum partial deliveries per item, okay, up to 9 because system will not allow more than 10, okay, only 9. So if you see here, so if partial delivery is not allowed, then maintain C. So we discussed here, no? So what is the functionality of A, B, C, D? So here we discussed already, and maximum partial delivery is up to 9 only. Now what is unlimited tolerance? So we have something called unlimited tolerance. If we check this, then system will allow to increase or to decrease the quantity in delivery document without any limitations. That means that suppose I have so my sales order is like 3,000 quantity is my sales order. Now at the time of delivery, I can deliver as much as I want. I can increase the sales order quantity or I can decrease the sales order quantity. For example, I can deliver 4,000 quantity also, or I can deliver 2,500 quantity also. But here, what you can observe here, but sales order is only 300 quantity. But at the time of delivery, I can increase the order quantity or I can decrease the order quantity. So this is unlimited tolerance. See, why we are doing this? Suppose in truck, the truck capacity is up to 500 quantities we can place. That is a truck capacity. So that is why at the time of delivery, I'm informing to customer that I'm sending 1,000 more quantities. So by purchase now only, so that you can reduce some transportation charge, some labor charge you can reduce. Now customer will accept. Now I'm doing a delivery of 4,000 quantity. Suppose let us assume that the truck is very small. The capacity of truck is only 2,500 quantity we can place. So that time we can decrease the sales order quantity. But there should be some control, right? To what extent we can increase or to what extent we can decrease the sales order quantity. There should be certain, parameter which controls this over tolerance. So we have something called as under tolerance. Now suppose if I mention 10%. Okay, so you have to first remove this. So mention 10%. So what does the 10% means in under delivery tolerance and over delivery tolerance? That means that if sales order quantity is 3,000 quantity, then I can reduce only up to 10%. Okay, I can reduce up to 10% only. Okay. Now this is nothing but under delivery tolerance. Now what is over delivery tolerance? Now suppose I am mentioning over delivery tolerance as 10%. That means what? It means that I can I can increase I can increase up to 10%. I can increase up to 10% only. Okay. That means how much if I'm not wrong? 10% of 3,000 is 300. So that means I can deliver up to 3,300 quantities. I can increase or I can decrease up to 10%, which is nothing but 2,700 quantities. So above this or below this, system will not allow. System will throw an error message saying that we cannot decrease furthermore or we cannot increase furthermore. So this is the functionality of unlimited tolerance, under delivery tolerance and over delivery tolerance. And coming to partial deliveries, we have complete delivery required, partial delivery required and maximum partial delivery required. Okay. Now next we'll go to billing document. Now if you go to billing document, where is the document? Now billing tab. Now rebate. So while creating sales organization in configuration path, we saw this option, right? Rebate. So this field is prerequisite to process the rebate for customer. So we will see in SAP in coming days what actually rebate means. So to process the rebates, what we have to do, we have to check this. Okay. So we have to check this. Then only the rebate process will be activated for this particular customer. Okay. This is one of the prerequisite field. Now next. What is the next field we have? We have invoicing dates. What do you mean by invoicing dates? If customer's requirement is invoice to be generated only on specific day of every month for all the dispatches made during the month, then we go for invoicing dates. So let us assume that, say I'm opening the calendar. So from this month, July 1st to July 31, whatever the transaction that we do on one particular day, please send me the invoice. So the customer is requesting to company that whatever I purchased during July month, so all the amount you send on 31st. So you send me on month end or you send me on mid of the month, that is 15th. So this is the functionality of invoicing dates. Okay. So this is the functionality of invoicing dates. Now, what is invoicing list dates? So we saw what is invoicing dates and invoicing list dates. So for example, if for example we have this credit card, no, we have credit card. So with the help of credit card, we will purchase whatever we want throughout the month, and every 7th of the upcoming month, we have to pay the credit card bill. So similar to this invoicing date also. Now invoicing list dates. Now what do you mean by invoicing list dates? Consolidating all invoices raised during a particular month into one and sending it to payer is called as invoicing dates. So I am consolidating all the invoices. Suppose let me assume that the Vikas dealer has created a sales order of 30. Okay. There are 30 sales orders and there are 30 invoices. Now, this Vikas dealer is requesting to company that Please consolidate all these 30 invoices into one single invoice and send me that invoice. Okay. So instead of sending 30 different invoices, you consolidate and tell me what is the final amount that I have to pay. So this is the functionality of invoicing list dates. Now Incoterms. Okay. So this is the functionality of Incoterms. So sorry, this is the functionality of invoicing list dates. Now we have Incoterms. What do you mean by Incoterms? So the full form of Incoterms is nothing but international commercial terms. Okay. So it is an agreement between the consigner and consignee for the successful completion of deliveries. Now, this field specifies who is responsible to pay the freight charges, insurance charges, loading charges, etc. That is whether the customer is responsible or company is responsible. Incoterm is one of the split criteria for deliveries. Okay. So, for example, you're ordering something from Flipkart. Now, who is going to pay the delivery charge? Suppose, say, we are going to pay the delivery charges. But from company's point of view, when a dealer is purchasing in bulk, like 20,000 quantity or 50,000 quantity, now company will decide whether the company is going to bear this loading charges, delivery charges, and insurance charges. Now company will decide whether the company will pay or the customer has to pay. Okay. So this is the importance of Incoterms. Now payment terms. So like we discussed in company code data, payment terms is what? It is an agreement between the company and the customer for the given number of days to make the payment is called as credit, is called as terms of payment, or we also call it as credit period. Okay. Now payment guarantee procedure. So this is also very important. Payment guarantee procedure. We have one business scenario based on this field called a payment guarantee procedure. If a customer is liable for payment guarantee, then system will not allow creating delivery until we receive payment from the customer. The payment guarantee can be banking guarantee or letter of credit. So it says that whenever Vikas, okay, whenever Vikas Dealer Private Limited raise any order to company, first they have to make the payment, then only the company will deliver the goods to Vikas. So that is the importance of this field. Okay, payment guarantee procedure. So either by payment cards or letter of credit we have. So we have two options here. Okay, so any customer who undergoes this payment guarantee procedure, first he has to pay money, then only the company will deliver the goods to customer location. Now we have account assignment group. Now what do you mean by account assignment group? This field is one of the parameter to determine the GL account while posting invoice values into accounting. So you will understand the importance of this field in revenue account determination. When we discuss there, we will understand the importance of this field. Now tax classification. It is simple. So this field controls whether the customer is liable for tax or not. Okay. So 1 means relevant for tax, 0 means not relevant for tax. So simple. So next is partner functions. Now if you go to partner functions, sold to party. Sold to party is because dealer private limited. So he is a person who is going to raise the order. Now he is a person who is going to receive the bill. He is a person who is going to pay the bill, and he is a person who is going to receive the product. So this is about partner functions. Okay. Now in last class we discussed the importance of KNA1, KNB1, KNBV, KNBP, KNBI, ADRC, the importance of this table, and to access this we have to go to SC16N. And we have some of the other T codes also, that is XT04. Okay. XT04 we have. Now I'm saving this. Now we have one T code slash XT04. If you go to XD04 and if you maintain the customer number, so this will help us to, this will help us to identify what are the fields that this customer has undergone changes. If you see Vikas Dealer Private Limited, I changed ABC classification, annual sales, currency. So all these fields I will change. So this is kind of log. Okay. So system will display all the changes that I have done for Vikas Dealer Private Limited. Okay. Now for let us assume that this Vikas Dealer Private Limited, he has stopped purchasing from the company. Now I have to block him, right? So what is the T code? XD05. XD05 is the T code. Now go to this customer. Now enter. Okay. Now you can see all sales area. Okay, you can block here. So if you go here, 01. Now all sales area at the time of delivery also you can select 01, 01, and billing block also you can select some 01. So you can give any reason. Okay, you can give any reason and you can save this. So this is the transaction where you can block this customer, that is XD05. Okay. Similarly, we have XD06, customer flag for deletion. Okay. /n XD06. Okay, click on enter. Similar, so deletion, all sales area, selected company code, selected sales area, or deletion blocks for general data, selected company code. So this is the functionality of XD06. Now XD07. So changing the customer account group from one group to another group. Okay. XD07 /n XD07. Okay. Now for this customer, the current account group. So this is a sales area. This is the account group sold to party 0001. Okay. If you want to change, you can change to ship to party also. So you have to select new account group from here. Okay. You have to select new account group here and you have to click on continue. So this is how you can change a customer account group from one account group to another account group. So this is the complete information about customer master data. Okay. So we have general data, we have company code data, and we have sales area data. And these are the important fields which we discussed till now. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any doubts, please raise your questions in comment box. I will be happy to answer. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe because it will help you to give the notification of my upcoming videos. In next class, if possible, I will explain you how we can extend the customer from one distribution channel to another distribution channel. And we will see in detail about partner termination procedure configuration. Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day.